PGTV News, I'm Tina Mann.
And I'm Stephen Barnes. This week, Governor Ron DeSantis announced that Florida will start reopening in baby steps, with different regions reopening at different times and rates. Florida's restaurants and retail stores will be allowed to reopen at 25% capacity if the local government allows it. The governor specifically excluded hard-hit, heavily populated Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties, saying their businesses will begin phase 1 when it is safer. His order will also allow hospitals and surgical centers statewide to restart non-essential elective procedures, but only if they have sufficient medical supplies and agree to help nursing homes and assisted living facilities prevent and respond to the coronavirus outbreaks. Parks, golf courses, and other outdoor recreation areas already began reopening in some counties. The DeSantis task force also suggested reopening gyms and barbershops with restrictions, but the governor is not allowing that in the first phase. DeSantis is also not setting a date for the second phase. Instead, he's taking a wait-and-see approach to how the state fares during the first phase. Bars and nightclubs also won't reopen yet, but DeSantis gave approval to sporting events if they don't include spectators. The state will continue to restrict visitors to nursing homes and state prisons. The State Police Chiefs Association last week warned against a regional approach to reopening and called for a statewide plan, telling the task force its members fear Floridians would travel to less restrictive areas and potentially overwhelm those areas' law enforcement. Others, including the chief of the state's business licensing division, said a regional approach would be preferable. Florida Democrats criticized DeSantis' handling of the crisis, saying he stacked his task force with business leaders and Republicans. They say he should have included doctors on its executive committee and asked for input from workers. They said DeSantis has been more concerned about the economy than health care.
Sounds like there's a whole lot of people with a whole lot of different opinions.
Yeah, there is. We had the opportunity to watch Governor DeSantis' remarks, and he laid out a lot of data to begin with that really show that Florida has done a good job in controlling and maintaining the outbreak of the coronavirus. Now, what that means for the future, it's hard to say, which I think is the big reason why we're going to this, phased process.
But I was pleased to see that it was a very phased process.
Mm-hmm.
I expected it to be a little bit more broad, and I was happy to see that it wasn't, that he's really keeping everybody and their concerns in mind.